Hello everyone, my name is Ellington and we are back with another battle from the Coliseum tournament that is going on right now. And this one, we have got the team of SGB versus the Pike Stackers. Now without further ado, we'll go right into this. We are on the settlement of Casurgis, and for the Pike Stackers who are defending, we have got Kush being commanded by Iron Fist. Got some Kushite slaves, some armored hotels, Nubian bows. So pretty standard Kush army. Looks like at least one Kushite pike here. Some more armored hotels, and then a royal Kushite archer general. Those bows look awesome. Then right next to him, we have got Pontus being commanded by Cold. Just Cold. Summertime, but he's cold. Ha! There you go. Alright, so, Mercenary Naked Swords, Mercenary Celtic Warriors, Hillmen, Pontic Swords, yeah, just kind of the standard stuff you see. A lot of Naked Swords. Looks like, I think 4 units of Naked Swords there. Pontic Swords, Eastern Archers, so yeah, a pretty standard Pontus army. Then next we have got Boii, and Boii, or next and finally, I guess I should say, we've got Boii being commanded by Ultra Flame Propane. And once again, pretty standard. A lot of sword followers, Celtic warriors, a couple Levy Freemen on the wall, some Celtic bows. We do have a light horse cavalry. And then, did he bring any Oathsworn besides? So he got Oathsworn General, but I don't see any others. But that is going to be it for the Pike Stackers. Now for SGB, first off we've got Galatia being commanded by Gissa to the Wind. And we've got some Galatian Swords, Galatian Legionaries, Mercenary Syrian Archers, small little like flanking force over here. Then it's kind of main force here, more Galatian Legionaries. Kind of a juicy shot right here for any artillery that might be looking at him. But it doesn't look like they've got anything over here. Some Levy Freemen, more Galatian Swords. Then next to him we have got Arverni being commanded by RMS T1. And a lot of Chosen Swords. Bunch of Celtic warriors up here on their towers. And then, Gallic Hunters somewhere hidden. Then finally for SGB we have got Epirus being commanded by Assassin. We do have one Greek Ballista, some Mercenary Italian Swords. A bunch of Samnite Warriors, looks like 3 of them here. Royal Peltis General, Illyrian Levies, then Cretan Archers, another Royal Peltis, so 2 Royal Peltis for Epirus. Lots of Illyrian Levies, and then it's a Mercenary Italian Sword over here. Now, without further ado, let's go ahead and kick this one off. We'll go ahead and unpause it and get it going. Alright, sounds like we already have shots being thrown. So they use their Gallic Hunters to set up their towers in a way to basically overlook different artillery placements so that the ballista or the scorpions on top of them will try and basically kill the crew. Now the nice thing the defenders have done, they actually do have some Kushite slave spears around the ballista, basically trying to give the towers a different target to shoot at. Now this one, he might lose some of his guys. He hasn't lost any yet, but he might lose his ballista here pretty soon because that one's got a really good shot on him. Over here, same thing. Levy Freemen are up here around the ballista to kind of help it stay alive a little bit. If they get down to 2 in the crew, they can no longer fire. Oh, no, don't do that. That is the biggest downside to guerrilla deploying your troops or guerrilla deploying your siege equipment. Your troops have to run all the way up to them, and this is what happens. You just get annihilated by artillery fire, especially clumped up like that. So they're all rushing up to their equipment, trying to get set up, get on these walls, and bust through them as soon as possible. The attackers did a pretty good job here stringing out their lines so they don't get too clumped up. They do have a pretty juicy shot here if they wanted to go for it. The Levy Freeman sitting almost at a perfect angle to shoot at. But I believe he is going back here at the archers, the Cretans here. Love the blue on the Cretans here. Look at that. We are using the Ancient Empires reskin mod. I've tried looking. I keep forgetting to set the link in the comments. I'll try and set the link in the description here when I post this for you, because I know I've had some people asking what the mod is. I don't use it all the time. I just try to, use it to keep things looking fresh, All right, Galatia is already getting up to the wall here. 46% on this one. This one just broke down there. Got another one here. Not a bad idea here. Basically putting one here and one here. Boei did charge his cavalry out and actually started attacking these Galatian swords in the back. But yeah, this is not a bad place to bust down two different walls. You bust one down here and you bust one down here. And it basically will make it really hard for the defenders to hold it because their archers can set up in both directions to basically support both attacks. Now this one here, I'm not sure how hard they will actually push this breach right here. It's probably not going to be too helpful, especially since it looks like they are going to go. Okay, so Arverni's going to come and they're going to take this one down, it looks like. Then we had a Illyrian levy pushing up, trying to get on a tower, looks like, but mercenary Celtic warriors coming out of the gate and stopping them from doing that. And the biggest downside here is the reason they can do this is because the attackers are not supporting this unit. The attackers are so far back here that this unit basically went in all by itself, allowing the defenders to go out and basically just kind of annihilate it. You send out a better unit, and that means that this unit is kind of screwed, So Arverni does have chosen swords moving up, but I mean they're a little late. The Illyrian levies are pretty much gone, but now the Celtic warriors are kind of getting out of place here. Over here, looks like so Empress is starting to push forward on this side. To be perfectly honest, they're probably not going to put a lot of, effort, but they're probably not going to push this side that hard. It's kind of by itself, so it's very exposed on this side. You only have a small amount of units, so if this were to push in, it would really get just focused down by a much larger force here. Now Galatia's actually going through. Galatian swords getting into some sword followers. Those Galatian swords are going to lose that. Then over here, 3 units from Galatia just thrown through this gap here. Got 1 Galatian sword and looks like 2 Galatian legionaries. I mean, I'm not sure. So what I would have done here, like you send in the Galatian sword to kind of pin down the unit and, stop the jabby, stuff like that. Then you bring in the Galatian legionary afterwards and pull the Galatian sword out at the same time, allowing the Galatian legionaries to get in, get their attack in without being pilled by this first unit, although they do have that second unit coming up and starting to shoot. Galatian swords are taking some of that, which is good. Oh, nice archer fire as well. Shooting right into that exposed gap. They're raised up so the archers have a good shot there. And I think the Levy Freemen are probably going to have a pretty good shot at throwing their javies down as well. $112 kills on the Celtic Bastion Ballista up here. Just got really good kills. Look at that. Now a siege tower being dropped by Galatia, hopping up here. Looks like just a Galatian sword. Levy Freeman, I think, are going to come down. Oh, they're going to stay up there. I think it's still trying to get some jabby tosses down in these units. It's a good idea by the defenders. Pull back here, pull back here. Let the attackers kind of get in, but you don't expose yourself quite as much. Now they do need to be careful though, because we've got some of the archers from Galatia moving over. Actually had a bit of a sally out here. Got Celtic warriors coming out, and then the depleted unit of Light Horse actually came out as well. He's going for the archers. He's going to lock down the Levy Freeman with his Celtic warriors, and he's going to take this bad boy. He's going to go right there. Downside is the attacking general is going to come and try and stop him. Over here, Epirus is just now getting to the walls. 15% here, and nothing yet on that one. Then over here, he can't really get to the wall because Kush came out against the small fours. You know, Kush has come out like this, and honestly, it's a good idea. This little force over here is very exposed. It's very small. They only have 5 units, especially some of them not being the greatest units. So he sends out his Kushite slaves, you know, 1 armored Shotel, and they're going to be able to eat through quite a bit of this. Now, Epirus is sending over some units. He's got a Royal Peltis, a Mercenary Rhodian Slinger is going to come over and try and help. And that's a good thing. Letting these guys just sit here and die is not a good thing. You know, if you can get these, even if you lose these units, if you kill these Kushite units out here, that's also going to be helpful. You know, at this point, you can't save these guys. But if you can kill the rest of them, or the rest of the Kushite units, you might be able to salvage that. Now, he does have Illyrian levies coming in here, going in against some Kushite slave spears. But the way he's angled, he's set up like this, because now they can get Javi tosses into the back of the Illyrian levies. Look at that. Oh, painful. The breach here is not I guess, abandoned, but they aren't using it. They did send out I think a spear unit accidentally chased outside of the walls here. I'm not sure they actually meant to do that. Still got naked swords here, some Celtic warriors. Over here, Arverni's just kind of biding his time. But Galatia is making a pretty hard push. Arverni actually was able to get some units into the back of Boii. But Boii does have some more units to come support. Then over here, they're still kind of just stuck in this choke point. I think he should probably move this unit this way because he has enough holding this. And he got a Galatian Legionary up onto the wall. It's down to 104 men. He should probably take that one at least and go this way. But this unit here is kind of just getting shot to hell without really doing anything. And his archers should be countering off these Celtic bows. I think he's trying to, but I'm not. Maybe they just aren't doing it. Sometimes it's hard to get the archers to cooperate. See if we can get some good screenshots here. Got more sword followers moving over, but over here we actually have some Celtic warriors coming out of the settlement. And I think he's going to bring some Levy Freemen out as well. On the wall here, we still have sword followers going up against some Galatian swords. But this unit here is broken. They do have the unit here. I might push it up a tiny bit. Although, I don't know, it's kind of tough because I'm not sure that... Yeah, that sword follower looks like it's going to win, so... it just looked a lot smaller than it was. There we go. Now he's charging forward. Going to stop that. I just think that he should keep his line in front of that doorway just to keep things from trying to get up onto the wall there. There we go. Now we got the archers shooting. I would at least put one of these archers shooting this Galatian or the Celtic bowman here, because it is just chewing apart the backs of his units. It's a good grease there. He's going to take the sword followers right through here, and I bet you he's going to come and hit the back of these Galatian legionaries. Then over this way, got two, looks like one chosen sword, one Celtic warrior, but they're kind of surrounded. Pontic swords and then a breaking sword follower. He's got another sword follower, though, so he could throw that in and keep him pinned. Over this way, we've got Arverni up on the walls. Celtic warriors. So 3 Celtic warriors on the wall. And not really anything resisting them at the moment. They do have one Pontic sword there. But up on this side, there's really not anything. The naked swords are in combat with the Italian swords. They're doing pretty well. 63 kills. They've lost about 46 men at this point. Then over this way, we've got the Kushite slave breaking. 48 kills. 56 out of 160. Samnite warriors doing a pretty good job. 116 kills. Got the Cretan archers coming in, but right there, Armored Shotel is going to go right into him. He's about to lose all his archers. Epirus might have just made a huge mistake. His archers are just sitting there. Armored Shotel warriors going right into him. That's painful. 112 kills already on that armored Shotel. Oh, all right, he's getting him out of there. Samnite Warrior's going to take him. But the issue is now that the Samnite Warriors are now going up against a very good armor-piercing unit in the armored Shotel. And so these Samnites are probably not going to last long. I love the way the Samnite looks with the mod here. The feathers on the helmets, they look awesome. The Slave Spearmen are going to chase the archers out of the wall. They actually caught one of the Cretans there. And over here, it looks like they ended up doing some pretty solid damage against the attackers. Got a good flank. Some Samnite Warriors going to come wrap around this and get in there. But he needs to get something to keep them pinned there. But here's another armored Shotel coming out to support, so the Samnites are not going to get much of a flank because they are going to get countered. Once again, armored Shotels are going to eat these Samnites. They're just going to tear them apart. Naked Swords are falling out of that combat. 94 kills, 61 men left. Probably turn those Celtics around and take that combat again. But he really can't really. Celtic Warriors from the wall are going to come down and keep him. All right, there we go. Some Thorough Spears coming to help out. Thorough Spears look like they still had ammo. Glacia sent some Glacian Legionaries over this way. Got a Sword Follower kind of plugging that breach a little bit. Been a lot of back and forth on this battle. A lot of, whoa, over here, wait, over there, look at that. All right, Sword Followers won on the wall, so now they're coming down and they're going to reinforce this side. Glacian Legionaries are about to break. They don't have too much left over this way. Another Glacian Legionary, but it's pretty damaged, pretty low. Honestly, Glacia looks like he is pretty much out of infantry. Over this way, Glacian Swords coming down, but they've got a Levy Freeman right there. The Glacian Swords will probably beat the Levy Freeman, but it's going to be interesting to see how quick and if they can quick enough. We do have a Celtic Bow here that should be able to help them out. They are playing on the map Casurgis, not the map Massilla. Massilla right here is glitched. You can't go through this area. It looks a little bit different. But so it's usually banned for most tournaments because it's just a glitched map. But Casurgis, you can move freely through this area. Other than that, they're pretty much a carbon copy-paste map, Now over this way, Kush is just smothering Epirus. Samnite Warriors here, but these guys are going to do some work. Well, that guy is. 226 kills. Pretty low. He's taking a lot of Javi fire because he's just standing there. He's probably looking somewhere else. He's probably looking out here or something. But his armored Shotel is really just kind of dying unnecessarily. Could definitely go right in. Whoa, that was really weird. You could definitely just go right into that combat and kind of stop that a little bit. There you go. Yeah, he's down to 28 men. So he lost quite a bit there for really nothing. Now the Samnites are going to kind of swarm it. Kushite slaves, I think, are just going to sit there and Javi into the backs of the Samnites. Out here, we still have a Kushite slave, some armored Shotels, another armored Shotel, and another slave infantry. Then right here in the front, got a Pontic Sword and a Naked Sword going up against Chosen Swords and Oathsworn from Arverni. So the Oathsworn are probably going to do pretty good here. The Pontic Swords and the Naked Swords are not going to be able to hold very well against the Oathsworn. But the Oathsworn is tired, and I don't see his gen. Okay, his gen is close enough. He should be... Well, Glacia's is. Where is... Okay, Arverni's general is all the way over there, so he's going to have to rely on Glacia's general to give him a second wind. Because his Oathsworn is tired, and that's going to severely hurt the combat effectiveness of that unit. Over here, Pontus is getting pretty slim. 51 out of 160, 57 out of 160. But we got the Oathsworn for Arverni and a small Chosen Sword. They are really about to break right through this gap. There's not much stopping them. Boei probably needs to get his Oathsworn over there to help, and maybe a Pontic Sword over to continue to help flank it. Got a small Sword Follower going. 4 units from this side. You basically units that kind of cleaned up this part of Galatia are going to start moving over to that side. Galatian Legionaries running away. Over here we got Syrian archers probably out of ammo, 124 out of 124 kills, 91 out of 120, but they've got a sword follower kind of tearing them to pieces. Celtic slinger there, 113 out of 120, no kills. And honestly, he's probably not going to get many kills on that. Galatian legionary is going to be able to help out with the swords, or the sword followers. But there's another sword follower coming to help him. Yeah, I mean, to be honest with you, Galatia is pretty much cleaned up. But Arverni is about to break through in this spot. They need to be really careful. Pontic swords, really, 152, nicely done on the Pontics. 68 on the Chosen, 48 on the Oathsworn. Up here on the walls, we've got a Pontic sword going up against some Celtic warriors. More naked swords here. This naked sword is getting beat up. The Gallic Hunter's just tearing it apart, you know. Downside to 10 armor, man. Especially, I'm pretty sure that 10 armor is all shield value. So them standing the way they were just getting shot in the back. Kushite slaves are still hanging in here. Still got the Samnite warriors, 181 kills on them. Nicely done there. The Kushite slave infantry, 71 kills, 64 out of 160. Ooh, Nubian bows came up here to kind of counter off the Rhodian slingers there. But man, look at that. That is a vicious angle there by the Cretan archers. Then the one thing that I kind of forgot about, Epirus still has his Greek ballista, and he is going to do some damage there. 29 kills, but he is shooting off back in the distance. I think he's going for the Kushite pikes, and looks like the Royal Kushite archer general. So he should probably get some pretty good kills there. 41 so far. And over here, I mean, Arverni is just this far away from getting through on this spot. I just literally did like a little hand motion for this far away, and don't have the camera up or anything, so you couldn't see it, and now I feel kind of dumb about it, but it's fine. Galatian generals coming in. Oh, just a really good javy there from the sword followers. Took out 7 on that javy volley. Then over this way, the Pontic swords are going to turn around. Look at those shields on the Pontic swords. That looks awesome. Noble horse trying to basically kind of charge either way. Pontic swords trying to keep it pinned down. I mean, kind of pulled through like 2 different units there. It's got 98 kills on it, so pretty well done there. I think a lot of it was the Boii cavalry. Then here we got the Oathsworn from Arverni going up against the Oathsworn for Boii. 134 out of 160 and 108 out of 160. 94 kills and 48 kills. The downside is that the Oathsworn for Arverni's been in combat a little longer than the Oathsworn for Boii. So the Oathsworn for Boii is going to be a little healthier, a little fresher. But I mean, Arverni's doing a good job of keeping his headhunt going, then second winding after the headhunt is done. So he should still do some pretty good damage here. All right, so the Galatian general is gone. So Boii actually sent out some Pontic swords. Going to come out this breach here, and he's going to basically kind of pursue over here into Arverni. Nice shots still, though, from the Gallic Hunters from Arverni. Still shooting into, honestly, shooting at the Bronze Shield Pikes now. Really good-looking pikes there. So we got the Bronze Shield Pikes there and the Pontic swords going up against the Oathsworn. So another Oathsworn unit for Arverni. Nicely done. 183 kills. Levy Freeman here, 44, 77 out of 160. Chosen swords here with 80 and 116 out of 160. Then here we've got Pontic swords holding back some mercenary Samnite warriors and some chosen swordsmen from Arverni. And some Royal Peltis from Epirus here. Then Epirus has got his Greek ballista shooting back into the back. Looks like he's shooting at the Kushite pikes. Doing some pretty good damage there. He's at 63 kills. The Kushites are 126 out of 160. Then out here we still have Kush going out. Armored Shotel's still fighting. Then some Kushite slave infantry going against some Illyrian levies, Royal Peltis, and some Illyrian levies. Now, Boei actually sent a lot of his archers over this way. So we've got Celtic bowmen here, some Royal Kushite archers, Kushite slave infantry, so quite a bit left over this way. Some armored shotel is going to go out. I think they just want to... They're being very aggressive, the defenders are. He's sending quite a bit more out, so these armored shotels are probably going to do some pretty good work out here. Because to be honest, you only have Royal Peltis, Illyrian levies, and then Cretan archers. That's about it. Then the Kushite pikes are now in combat. Getting some kills, but that artillery is still doing some work. 124 kills now. I'm not a fan of that tactic right there. It's just kind of cheesy, a little cheeky, and I'm just not a fan of it. Arverni's general, 50 out of 160, has got 140 kills, and he just shattered. So now Boei is completely free to roam. So Boei, I assume, is probably just going to walk down the interior, but Pontus is taking his Pontic Royal Cav out here along with some Pontic swords, 2 units of Pontic swords. But, I mean, got a lot of army losses happening. Got the Royal Peltis Gen still left, 111 kills, so he's doing pretty good. But the Greek Ballista just ran, broken now, 130 kills. Then over this way, the Epirus, Cretan archers, all broke, you know. I mean, I think it's pretty much safe to call that is GG there. So I'm going to go ahead and hit the speed up, fast forward, whatever you want to call it. Because in reality, it's just that Royal Peltis. And he's not going to last much longer. It's doing work, 180 kills. All right, so that is it. Let's go look at some kills now. So first off, Cold with 1,605 kills. So his archers, honestly, his archers I don't think really got into combat much. So not a ton of kills there. 95 kills on the Pontic Royal Cav Gen. 94 on the Bronze Shield Pikes. 146, 134, 158 for the Pontic Swords. 257 on this one. Then the Naked Swords, 115, 103, and 74 on the Thorough Spears. Then Boei here, Ultra Flame Propane with 2,798 kills. Oathsworn 90 kills, but still pretty healthy. His archers did pretty good, 185 there, 87 there. Celtic Warriors, 154, 131, 126. Then Sword Followers here, 372, 213, 132, 184, 297, 373, and 45. Then finally Iron Fist with Kush with 2,049 kills. Archers, not a ton there, 124 on that one. Armored Shotels, 114, 151, 245, 164. Kushite Slave Infantry, 207, 142. And then 258 on that one. Then with his Spearmen, not a ton on them. Then for SGB, Assassin here with 1,958 kills. 185 by the Royal Peltis Gen. 130 on the Ballista. His archers did pretty well. 154, 109, 109, 168 on the Rhodians. And then Italian Swords, 104, 134. And the Sam Knights with 283 and 172. Then RMST1 with 1935. 142 on his general. His archers with 210, 128. Celtic Warriors, not a ton there. 71 is the best. Then the Chosen Swords, 161, 118, 155, and 119. Then finally 214 on his other Oathsworn. Then Gissa to the Win with 1,799 kills. 98 on the Noble Horse, 135, 184, and 118 on the Syrians. And then 111, 121, 163 on the Galatian Legionaries. Then 110 on Galatian Sword. But that is going to be it for Battle 1 between the Pike Stackers and SGB. If you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button. If you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe. And down below, if you will go leave a comment. I'd love to see them, and I try to reply to as many as I can. But we will see you guys next time for Battle 2.